The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Their boy down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Alert, alert, alert. Hey, orbit.
Here we go on 4th down with Rosen. He's going deep for Brown, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown ground. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, Haywood!
To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, check mine. Watching you. Hey, zoom.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So a first-quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Middle.
Now Rosen back into his end zone. And a completion to Wilson. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Rosen. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
The extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. third down, Johnson. But he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
On 2nd and inches, Rosen. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will have a touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Ravens on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Play it, play it, play it, play it. Monday, Monday. Bravo!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And an alley to run. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Carry on Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. It's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So from the 39 now, they'll first and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Check, check. Exit, exit.
Now Rosen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. There he goes left side. And he will score. It's a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick six there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams, because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quicker.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, That route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it, because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On third down, Johnson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are in for 6. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to pour it on. The point after is good, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 25-yard line.
I got it. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo. 80. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On third down, Rosen. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
22-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's
He's got a man, complete, 20, 10, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Mike's Fofo. Squeeze, double.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Check motion. 44.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Let's get it. Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Rosen hands off to Johnson, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Four down.
They'll run it with Johnson.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, it's Johnson, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
A 4-yard loss.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
They got his man complete. And they rattle off a big one. 41 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Jackson, he's going to right, and this is caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
Now it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That was Patrick Peterson from his cornerback spot whirling in for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15.
At their own 42-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Delta. Watch Mike. We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On second down, it's Drake. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter play. Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On third down, Jackson. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here, up to the 34.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
15's mine. I got 15. 15's mine.
On third down, Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. And it'll bring up fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. This will be taken at the 10. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Let's go.
At their own 17-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, They're not as worried and concerned about getting him out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Jackson, he's going to rifle one. He's got it at the 15. 36 yards on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kenny Young, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
There's Jackson on third and long. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why he ended up having to go with one hand.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
There's no doubt in my mind.
And do you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah. She's
going. She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
Extra point up and through. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Check the backer, check the backer.
At the 17-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 7.
On third down, it's Johnson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. yards.